students! This is me again, Marnie M. Kuyat, ang Teacher M ng Mactan. In today's video, I'm going to teach you on how to solve equations transformable to quadratic equations, specifically rational. So to recall, the definition of quadratic equation is an equation of degree 2, which means the highest exponent of this equation is 2. It can be written in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So, ang ato ang given karon are equations nga dili ing aning nga porma. Not written in standard form. So, our goal here is to rewrite it in standard form before nato isolve ang iyahang roots or ang iyahang mga solutions, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a is not equal to a. Now, what do you think is the reason why is it that a should not be equal to 0? Nganong kinahanglan kani siya should not be equal to 0. The reason is that if equal to 0 ni siya, so meaning this one is 0 na, so ang iyahang degree is 1. Okay, 0 naman siya. So, iyang degree is 1. So, it is not anymore a quadratic equation because it is stated here that the quadratic equation is an equation of degree 2. If we say degree, it is the highest exponent. So, if 0 ni siya, ang atong highest exponent is 1 na. So, dili na siya quadratic equation. So, in a quadratic equation, a should not be equal to. So, for example, solve x multiplied by x minus 6 equals 16. As what you had noticed, the given is not yet in standard form. So our first step here is to write the equation in standard form. And again, the standard form of a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So in multiplying a monomial, this is a monomial, by a binomial, we are going to distribute the monomial to the binomial. So, atong i-distribute si x ni x minus 6. So, to start, x times x is x squared. X times negative 6 is negative 6x, then equal 16. Then afterwards, we're going to transpose 16 to the left side. So, it becomes negative 16 kay ato man siyang gi-transpose. Nilabang siya sa equal sign. So afterwards is what you had noticed, the answer is already in standard form. So we are going to use any of the 4 methods in finding the solutions. And those 4 methods are extracting square roots, factoring, we're completing the square, and by using the quadratic formula. So for today's equation, we are going to use factoring. So in factoring, the first step in factoring is we're going to make 2 sets of parentheses. Then we are going to get the factors of x squared. And the factors of x squared are x and x, because x times x is x squared. Then we're going to think of a factor or 2 factors of negative 16, in which kung atong i-add si duha ka factor ni negative 16, ang iyang answer kay negative 6. And these factors are negative 8 and 2, because negative 8 times 2 is negative 16. And negative 8 plus 2 is negative 6. So we already have our factors here. We're going to solve each resulting equation by separating the 2 factors nga x minus 8 ug x plus 2 by using the zero product property. I-separate sila, then i-equate it to 0. Then transpose negative 8 and it becomes positive 8, and transpose positive 2 and it becomes negative 2. So therefore, the roots of the given equations are 8 and negative 2. How about if our example is a rational equation? This is an example of a rational equation. As what you had noticed, na siya, it is a fraction. Ano rational equation? A fraction. So, first step in solving a rational equation is to multiply both sides of the equation by the LCM of all denominators, and our denominators are a, 4, and that is over 1. So, what are the LCM, or let's just say LCD, the least common denominator, the least common multiple of a for 1? You're going to think of a number in which pwede ma-divide or divisible ni A, divisible ni 4, o divisible ni 1. And that is 4A. This is the LCM of the three denominators. Because in 4A, makadivide tan A. 4A divide 4, pwede sad. 4A divide 1, pwede sad. So that is LCM. So now after which is we're going to simplify. 4A divided by A, so we're going to cancel out A, nabilin kay 4. Dayon times 6, kani siya nga 6. Then afterwards, 4A, and again 4A divided by 4, so na-cancel si 4, nabilin A. Dayon, copy this 1 times A minus 3 equals 4A, copy 4A, dayon times 2. This one, 2. 4A times 2. Next, simplify. 4 times 6, that is 24. Okay, multiply monomial by a binomial. We are going to, what's this? Distribute again the monomial a. So a times a is a square. A times negative 3 is negative 3a. Then 4a times 2 is obviously that's 8a. Next is we're going to add common terms, or ato asang isikit si common terms. Then arrange it to its standard form. So we have a square, naguna, dapat maguna si square. Then negative 3a. Then si a, since na siya sa right side ni equal sign, we are going to transpose it to the left side and it becomes negative. Then copy 24 equals a. Then we are going to combine like terms. Negative 3 minus 8, that is obviously negative 11. So we already have our standard form of the equation. Afterwards, we're going to find the roots of the resulting equation using any methods of solving quadratic equation. So here's our quadratic equation nga in standard form na kaganina. Then let's try to use factoring again. So the factors of a squared are a and a. The factors of 24 are negative 8 and negative 3, because negative 8 times negative 3, that's positive 24. And negative 8 times negative 3, that's negative 11. Kinahanglan inig subtract ni mo or inig add, ma-equal jud siya ni linear term, para makaingon ka nga sakto ang imuhang factors. Then, solve each resulting equation, or you are going to separate the two factors, then equate it to 0 or apply the zero product property. So first factor, we have a minus 8 equated to 0, and the second factor is a minus 3 equated to 0. Then afterwards, transpose negative 8 to the right side and it becomes positive. And transpose negative 3 to the right side, it becomes positive. Therefore, the roots of the given equation are 8 and 3. Oops. So try to look at our given example. Our third example is what you had noticed. Ang iyahang denominator kay mga binomial na. Binomial. So now, again, the first step is we're going to find the LCM or the LCD of x minus 4 and the x minus 5. Then also this one. As what you had noticed, kani silang duha, combine ra. So we can say that the LCM is x minus 4 and x plus 5. Because in x minus 4 times x plus 5, natin makancel ni x minus 4 diri. Arisad sa pikas, nasad si x plus 5, makancel. Kung makancel ta, so meaning pwede ra ta makadivide. Okay, we're going to multiply the LCM both sides. Then afterwards, we are going to simplify. So x minus 4, this one, i-divide nato sa denominator. So cancel. Cancel. Nabilin si x plus 5. Dara? X plus 5. Dayon, i-multiply nato sa kani. X. Next, sa pika sa sad nga equation. Of course, we're going to copy minus. Next, for this one, we are going to cancel x plus 5. Cancel x plus 5. So, ang nabili niya is kanina sad si x minus 4. And also, times 4. For this one, obviously, makancel na si x minus 4. Makancel sad si x plus 5. Nabilin 36. Then, multiplying monomial by binomial again. So, we're going to distribute the monomial. So x times x is x squared. X times 5 is 5x, copy minus. X times 4 is 4x. Negative 4 times 4 is negative 16 times this negative is positive 16 equals 36. Then combine like terms. So we have x squared, 5x, Paris, like terms in negative 4x, 16, then transpose 36, it becomes negative 36. Now try to simplify by combining like terms. 5x minus 4x is x. 1 there is invisible. 16 minus 36 is negative 20. So, ato ang final answer is already in standard form. And again, if it is already in standard form, we're going to find the roots of the resulting equation using any methods of solving quadratic equation. And again, we will be using factoring because I guess it's easier for me to use factoring. Pero pwede ra mo makagamit sa completing the square, pwede ra sad mo mogamit sa quadratic formula. And sa extracting square root, again, pwede ra ta mogamit sa extracting square root if our given is a quadratic term and a constant only, kung wala si linear term. But in here, since kumpleto ato ang standard form of the equation na si value ni A, B, ug ni C, so we cannot use the extracting square roots. So in factoring, again, the factors of x squared are x and x. The factors of negative 20 are 5 and negative 4. And 5 minus 4 is a 1, and 1 is invisible there. So meaning our factors are correct. Afterwards, we're going to solve each quadratic equation by separating the two factors and equate it to 0 by using the zero product property. So, si x plus 5 na factor equated to 0 and si x minus 4 na factor equated to 0. Transpose positive 5 and it becomes negative. Transpose negative 4 and it becomes positive 4. So, therefore, the roots of the given equations are negative. Okay, that's it. I hope that you learned something from our tutorial for today. And I want to express my gratitude sa mga nag-follow, nagtanaw, ug ni-appreciate sa ato ang tutorial. Thank you so much. And please don't forget to subscribe our channel and hit the notification for more video updates. This is me again, Marnie M. Kuyat, ang Teacher M ng Mactan. Have a great day.